Hey y'all, it's Nancy the Handy Scandy. Welcome back for another crafty venture. And welcome back for another Saturday Morning Makes. This is my episode 24 for the year 2024. Let's jump on in. Hey y'all, it's Nancy the Handy Scandy. Welcome into Saturday Morning Makes. I will probably rush through this, unfortunately, because I have tried to record this. This is my fourth time, my third, I'm not even sure now, but my camera keeps dying. So I want to make sure that I'm able to share with you what I want to share. So if you are not familiar with Saturday Morning Makes, it's an open art collaborative that was the brainchild of the sweet and amazing Jillian Norwood, and it has grown so much that we no longer only post on Saturdays. In the beginning we did, but now we post when we can, when we're able, when we want. And you can post on any social media platform. Just use that hashtag so that we can find you, and then we encourage you to use that hashtag so that you can find us. And if there are certain crafters or individuals that you would like to see your projects, make sure that you tag them or go to their most recent video and put a comment in their comment section. So with all that being said, checking to make sure I'm still recording. I am. So along with hashtag Satmore Makes, I'm also participating in hashtag Hip to Be Square, which is a hashtag hosted by my sweet friend Tracy Vanover of Tracy V Designs, and she has an Etsy shop called FPOP, EPHPOP. I believe the EPH is for ephemera, but she has all kinds of beautiful paper pads and folios and ephemera and all kinds of beautiful things. These are not from her shop. However, I just wanted to make sure that you guys were aware of it because she has beautiful things, and I'll try to remember to link to the shop downstairs in the description box. So Hip to Be Square is her hashtag, and the only requirement for the hashtag is that your project be a 3x3" card. That's it. Everything else is totally up to you. Sky's the limit. So I have used this die from my creative time. It's the 3x3 fancy envelope die. I don't always make envelopes to go with my cards, but today I have. And these little white panels that you see here are from this die set. It's from Pink Fresh, their Essentials line. Fancy label frames. I've used this third smallest, and you can buy this from the Pink Fresh Studio website directly. I've not been able to find it anywhere else, but they definitely still have it. The paper pad that I used is this one from Pebbles Ink. I purchased this from Tuesday Morning, so that tells you I've had it in my stash for a while, but I'm using it up. So that makes my heart happy. And these tones, they're neutrals with the gold foil, just makes my heart happy. And the pop of pink, like I'm not a big pink girl, but a pop of pink I think is fun. The paper pad had a pop of pink. My cards are greatly pink. So anyway, again, it's from Pebbles Ink. The designer is Jen Hadfield. And then the paper pad is Heart of Home, 6x6. And with a 6x6 pattern paper, you cut it in half, score it in half, and then you have two 3x3" cards. So super easy to do. And this paper pad has tags, it has cut aparts, it has all of that in there. So the only thing that I brought in that wasn't part of that pad was these little flowers and this little foil and this little bow. Everything else was directly from that paper pad. Well, and these of course, but they were already die cut and in the envelope. So yeah, super easy, super fun. Use the pull aparts and use the little trims, and added an extra trim to this envelope. So this one, the die, the envelope die, has this little panel for the front so you can decorate your card. So that's what I've done. And then I added that little panel, and that's it. Super sweet, super simple. And then this one, I added some extra layers because this pattern paper coordinates with that, but I wanted this floral design on the front as well. So I had a scrap, I glued it to this pink scrap to bring all those colors together onto the envelope. And then I used this little die again to cut it out so it would fit perfectly down there. And then I added some more back here, and just to kind of bring that design to the back, because sometimes the white envelopes, sometimes they feel clean and fresh and perfect, and other times they feel a little lonely. I felt like this one was a little lonely. And this is the simplest of the cards, But that little pink pop on the door, I had to bring a little pink pop with the layered cardstock in the back, and then this little trim. And to be honest, this little trim was where that cut out. So I used that trash again. I like to use my trash pieces, y'all. I think it's just another way of being creative. I don't know, I have fun. And also the little trims that come in the paper pad. So if you'll notice, each sheet has a different little trim right there. And I reuse those. I've got them, here's another one, and there's more down in there. I'm not going to pull them all out, but each one, each page has a different trim at the top, and it does not coordinate with the paper on that page. So that doesn't want to go back in. But here's another one, and these are leftovers from others that I've used. So just keep that in mind. And those are perfect, like even this part, if you're making a tag, this part would be perfect to like line the top of your tag, and then you've got something just a little bit different, just to kind of offset your tag. So I think that's pretty. But also, you know, just use the little piece right there, use the little trim. You can put them on your envelopes. You know, lots of different ways that you can use them. Make that whole work for you, you know, make it work for you. And then what else was I going to say about that? I think that's it for those two. And then this one, I brought in some of my own gold paper, and that kind of brought out the foil. Even though this is kind of a rose gold foil, it's still gold, and then this has the gold. So I felt like that kind of pulled it all together. Super cute, super fun, super simple. Hashtag hip to be square. Lots of different ways you can decorate these. Lots of different uses for them as well. Just checking to make sure I'm still recording. And these are the little florals that I use. These ones are from ASC online store. They're the freebies that they sent me earlier this week. They're very, very pretty. But I didn't want these to go on a card front and then get mashed, because these are much more firm, and they're definitely 3D. These are flat. They're little, it's almost like a paper fabric. I don't know how to describe that. I think they're paper, but they feel like fabric. But anyway, just look like that. And they have the little bitty bead in the middle, and I just used my little blending brush and a little bit of Spun Sugar just to bring a little bit of color to the tips of the flowers so that it would coordinate a little bit better. So there is that. Let me move all that out of the way. And then for hashtag Snowman in summer. So this is my make for today. Before I go into this, I want to say there's a little bit of confusion, and I think I created the confusion, because when Jill Norwood asked me if I would be interested in hosting this hashtag, and I'm 100% on board, but I confused myself about whether the snowmen should be in summer, like doing summer activities, like going to the beach or going camping, or I don't know. That's just kind of where my brain went. But truly, summertime, from the first day of summer to the first day of fall, if you're creating any kind of snowman project, you're creating for the hashtag Snowman in summer. And it's in summer, not of summer. Snowmen in summer. And it's men, multiple or plural. Snowmen in summer. Super easy, but I make things complicated just as I am making it complicated to explain it to you. So I apologize. But yes, if you're making a snowman project in the summertime, please use the hashtag. I'd love to see what you're making. And if you've put something out there and I've missed it, because sometimes I do, tag me or shoot me an instant message or something, because I definitely want to see. And I'm not trying to be neglectful, but sometimes things just don't come up. So let me tell you about this card. I pulled out a bunch of Stampin' Up today. So I started with, excuse me, this antique cracking background stamp. This is from 1998. I've had this, I bought this brand new when it first came out. So it's been a minute. It's been a minute. Wow. Okay. So the way I like to stamp with background stamps, whether they're red rubber or otherwise, is I lay them upside down on my work surface, I ink them up, and then I bring the paper to the stamp and I burnish the paper down onto the stamp to get a good impression. Sometimes though, I want the background image to be a little more loosey-goosey, so I'll ink it up and then I spray it with some water, and then I bring my paper to it and burnish it down and get my impression. And that's what I've done with this. So this was a piece of, so I started with a cream colored card base, but this particular panel was Nina. And then I stamped in Vintage Photo and spritzed it, and then I got my wood grain background, because to me that's not just like cracking paint. That looks like wood grain to me. You know, you may not see that, but that's what I see. But then I came in with these snowflakes. These are from the Serene Snowflakes set. I don't know the year, it's not indicated, but I used all 3 of these. I didn't use the tiny ones, but I did use all 3 of these. And I left them on the wood block and I came to the paper, but I inked them and then I spritzed them with water as well. And then with some crushed olive ink, I used this pine bough, which is kind of hard to see because it's got that little blurb there. 1998 again. But I really like this set, and I believe I bought these used, and I don't believe that this guy comes in there. This was with something else, and this was with something else, but I just stuck them in there because to me they went together. So anyway, so there's that. This little guy is from this stamp set from 2000. It is called Thanks So Much, and it is from 2000. And I've used this a million times. But talking about snowmen in summer, look at that, the melty one. How perfect would he be if you were doing a summer themed one and your snowman is melted? And look, the little snow pile there makes him look like he's frowning. Oh, so cute. So to make this background, I did all of that stamping. I ink blended with the tie-dye and the crushed olive, as well as a little bit of Vintage Photo. And then this particular circle is a Stampin' Up paper, and I again stamped the pine bough and the pine cone, both of them in crushed olive, and then I ink blended in olive, the crushed olive. And then this again was a cream. It was just this cream color, and for both of those circles I used the pierced and stitched circle dies from Whimsy. And for the rectangle, I used the sprinkle scallop rectangle die from Whimsy. Also on the background, I used this vintage script from Tim Holtz. Same thing, inked it up with Vintage Photo, spritzed it with water, stamped it around. So you can't see all of that detail on camera, it just doesn't show, but in person you can. So stamped him up, colored him up with my OLOs, used the same pine bough die and the crushed olive ink to just kind of stamp that scene around him. And then I used this natural polished hemp twine from Walmart at the recommendation of Anna White, and that's how I got this little layer. And what else was I going to say? Oh, the snowflakes. The snowflakes are, I cut out with this die from Impression Obsession. I believe this is also an Anna White creation, and I use this, I don't want to blind you, but I use this metallic paper. It's perfect shade of green if you ask me. This is from Recollections. They have all kinds of colors. So that is that stamp. And then on the inside I did just a little bit of ink blending with the tea dye and the crushed olive as well. And that's it. That's the card. So I think that's super cute, super fun. If you missed my introduction video, I did a video on the 4th of July. These were the projects that I shared. I'm not going to go into them because there is a whole video. I need to fix that. But I was confused at the time, and that's why I said I created the confusion about whether the cards should be snowmen in summer themed projects or if they should just be created in the summer. And so when I did these, I was thinking they needed to be summer themed, so that's why I did them in the patriotic 4th of July. But it was also appropriate to the day that I created. But whatever you want to do that's snowman themed, from the first day of summer to the first day of fall, by all means, please use the hashtag. So I will link to this video if you want to hop over there and see that. Yeah, I would love for you to hop over there. If you are not already subscribed to my channel, sweet friends, I would encourage you to do that now. Hit that subscribe button. Hit the thumbs up as well if you've enjoyed this video. Drop me a comment downstairs. Let me know your thoughts. We're doing a lot of different hashtags right now, so there's loads of inspiration. Don't feel overwhelmed. Don't feel obligated, but just know that if you want to participate, there is something out there for you. We've got the Hip to Be Square. We've got Saturday Morning Makes. We've got 2 Crafters, 1 Design. We've got Snowman in Summer. I believe there was a citrus challenge. I think there's a tag challenge going on. There's a Smash Your Stash challenge going on. I don't know if I said 2 Crafters, 1 Design or not. They have a different theme each week. There's all kinds of things going on. And I know that there's a caffeinated Christmas situation happening very soon. And so lots and lots of inspiration, guys. Again, don't let it overwhelm you, but just know that if you are looking for something and you can't find it, do a search. It's probably there. Or maybe it's something that you want to decide to host yourself. It's super easy. You just make up the hashtag and then go see what people create when they use the hashtag. And then, you know, you set whatever parameters you're going to set, if you're going to set any, and then you're done. But for now, I'm going to sign off. I thank you for joining me for Saturday Morning Mix, for Hip to Be Square, and for Snowmen in Summer. Oh, there's also Christmas in July 2024. That's another one that my sweet Jill is hosting as well. So, guys, come on. There's plenty to do. I encourage you. Hit me up if you have any questions. Drop me a comment downstairs. And like, subscribe, all those things that we've already talked about, all the YouTube-y things that we need you to do. I appreciate you, and until next time, mwah, this is Nancy, the Handy Scandy, and I'm out.